So welcome back to another new video of calculating depreciation using MS Excel. In this video, I am going to use the depreciation methods of straight line, declining balance, double declining balance, and sum of years digit method in the depreciation table. At the same time, in this video, I will show you how to calculate the depreciation in 5 minutes, as well as how to use graphs to interpret this depreciation in different ways. So let's move into the first one of calculating depreciation using the depreciation table by using this example. So here the PQR company is providing you the following information related to non-current assets. So the cost of the asset is 725,000. So you have to include that value in the data sheet. So here I have mentioned the cost is 725,000. So now I'm going to use this highlighter bar so you can use it easily. Then the estimated salvage value is 125,000. So I have entered it in the salvage value. Estimated useful life in years is 5. So the company is planning to keep this asset and use it for 5 years. So in the useful life column, we have to enter this value. They are required us to develop a model to calculate the annual depreciation. So here they are planning to get the annual depreciation, not the monthly one. Then accumulated depreciation and the net value. So let's move with the first one of straight line method. So you know that the cost is fixed for this asset over the period of time. So we can give the relative cell reference of the cost cell, and then we can absolute it by using the F4 key. So you can see there are two dollar signs. One is in front of the alphabetical letter, which represent the column, and one is in front of the number, which represent the row. So we have fixed the column, as the same time we have fixed the row. So since this asset is cost is fixed, we can drag it down by using the auto-filling option. So to get the auto-filling option, what you can do, first you have to highlight the relevant cell, then you have to wait till the mouse pointer get changed. So you can see the mouse pointer is changing into a plus sign. So now I'm going to drag it down. So you can see the same value is appearing in each year. Now the depreciation. So depreciation in the straight line method is calculated by using the SLN formula. When you type SLN and when you open the bracket, you can see the inbuilt formula in the Excel. So first we have to give the cost. Since this is fixed, we can use the F4 key to absolute it. Then salvage value. So we are going to fix it again because it is constant. Then the life. So here also we are going to use F4 key and we are going to keep it fixed by using absolute cell reference. So we know that in the straight line method, the depreciation is fixed over the period of time. Let's see whether it's true. So we can use this absolute cell referencing as well as auto-filling options to get the theory, and we can cross-check it. So you can see the same depreciation is appearing each and every year. Now, let's calculate the accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation of the first year is same. So we can give this relative cell reference. However, in the second year, it is the first year plus the second year's depreciation. So you have to give the first year one at the same time the second year one. Then by using the autofilling option, we can calculate the fifth year as well. So when you go to the fifth year and when you click on it, you can see it is the fourth year's depreciation, accumulated depreciation plus the fifth year depreciation. So it is 120 into 5, that is 6 lakhs. So you can see the Excel has applied in the proper manner to calculate the accumulated depreciation. Now the net value is the cost minus accumulated depreciation. So once you calculate the net value, you can use autofilling option and calculate the rest as well. So you can see at the end of the fifth year, the net value represent the same salvage value, which is 125,000. Now let's move on to the declining balance. In the declining balance, also the cost is same. So since this is constant over the period of time, we can fix it or absolute it. Then by using autofilling option, we can calculate the rest. Then we are going to calculate the depreciation. Depreciation under declining balance method is calculated using DB formula. When you type DB and when you open the bracket, you can see the inbuilt formula in the Excel. For that, first we have to use the cost. So since this is fixed over the period of time, we can absolute it by using F4 key, then salvage value. Again, we are going to do the same absolute cell reference. Then the life. Life also same for the period of time. And then here, the new one is appearing. That is period. Period means the current period. Here, since we are in the first year, we have to give the cell reference of that year. So I am going to give the cell reference A15 to calculate the depreciation of the first year. Then the month. So you know that they ask us to prepare the annual depreciation. So annually, there are 12 months in a year. So we have to give 12 here. Then we have to close the bracket. So you can see the depreciation. Then I'm going to use the autofilling option and I'm going to drag it down. Then the accumulated depreciation. First year, it represents the first year's depreciation, but in the second year, it represents the previous year or the first year depreciation plus the current year. So by using autofilling option, we can drag it down. Then the net value. Net value is the cost minus accumulated depreciation. By using autofilling option, we can find the fifth value easily. For that, we have to first highlight the particular cell, then we have to drag it down. So you can see there is a small marginal difference of the declining balance. Then, so you can see there's a small marginal change in the salvage value. Now next one, I'm going to calculate the double declining balance method. Here also, cost is same. So I'm going to use the absolute cell reference by using the F4 key. Then I'm going to drag it down by using the autofilling option. For depreciation, we have to use the DDB formula. That is double declining balance formula. When you click on that, you can see what it means in the Excel. Then you can open the bracket. You can see the inbuilt formula function of the Excel. First, you have to enter the cost. Since it is constant, we have to fix it. Then the salvage value, it's also fixed for the period. So you have to give the absolute cell reference there by using F4 key as well as the life. Then we have to enter the period. As I mentioned you earlier, this is the current period. So we have to select the current year. Then we have to put the factor. So here, how many times we are going to depreciate? Here we are going to depreciate twice. That is the double declining. So at the same time, we can depreciate it thrice or 4 times. So if you depreciate it 3 times, then you have to put 3. If you are going to depreciate it 4 times, you have to put 4. Since I'm going to depreciate it twice, I'm going to put 2 here. Then close the bracket. Then drag it down by using autofilling option. Then the accumulated depreciation. So first year, it's same. But in the next year, that is the first year's depreciation plus the current year. Now I'm going to use the autofilling option. Then the net value. Net value is the cost minus accumulated depreciation. So you can use the autofilling option to calculate the accumulated depreciation as well as the net value. So you can see the net value represents the same salvage value according to the model. Then we are moving to the sum of years digit method. So here I'm going to show you an easy way, one of the easy way of calculating it. So here, rather than using autofilling options one by one, you can use it once. So here, first we have to calculate the cost. Then we have to absolute it. Then we can calculate the depreciation. So here, SYD formula should be used. That is the sum of years digit. Then according to the formula, first we have to put the cost. Since it is fixed for the period, we are going to use the absolute cell reference by using F4 key. Then salvage value. We have to absolute it also. Then the life. Then per means the current period. So here we have to use 1. That is the current year. Then the accumulated depreciation of the first year, it's same. The net value is the cost minus the accumulated depreciation. So we can select these 2 cells and we can use the autofilling option easily for these 2. At the same time, in the accumulated depreciation of the second year is the first year plus the current year, which is the second year. Right? So we can take this value and we can use the autofilling option again. And as well as the net value. So you can see at the end of the 5th year, it represents the same salvage value. Now in this question, they are asking a line chart to show the depreciation based on part 1, right? For useful lifetime of the asset using declining balance method. So they are asking to give the depreciation and the current year of the depreciation in a line chart. So here I'm going to use a different method. So here I'm going to put it into a table. SLN, which means the straight line, DB, the declining balance, DDB, double declining balance, as well as SYD, the sum of years digit methods depreciation according to the years. So to get the year, what I can do, first I'm going to type 1 and 2. Then I'm going to use the auto filling option and I'm going to drag it up to the 5th one. Then I'm going to use a border option. So I can easily prepare it into a table. I'm using all border option. To get the border, you can take the home tab. In that one, you have this font tab group. In that one, you can use this border. So here I'm using all borders. Then I have to put the depreciation of the SLN. So here I have the SLN depreciation. I'm going to highlight that one. Then I'm going to copy it. Then in my summary depreciation table, I'm going to paste it. So here I'm going to paste it, just the value. Therefore, you have to right click on it. So when you right click on it, you can see the paste options are there. In the paste options, I'm just going to use the numbers. Therefore, I have to click on this 1, 2, 3. So if you press 1, 2, 3, they just put the numbers without using the formulas. So likewise, I have to take the declining balance method depreciation. First, we have to highlight the depreciation. Then you have to copy it. So here I'm going to use the shortcut key of Control and C. Then rather than using the Control and V shortcut, I'm going to copy it based on the numbers only. Then the double declining balance, I have to copy it. I'm just going to use the figures. Then sum of years digit 1. I'm going to highlight the particular depreciation. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to paste it, just the numbers. So you can see in this one, I haven't put the currency. So now I'm going to show you how to change the currency format. So here, highlight the whole range. Then in the home tab, go to numbers. In the numbers, you can see the dollar sign. So click on it. Then it will move into a drop down list. So in that drop down list, you can see more accounting format. Click on it. So in the more accounting format, you can see the dollar sign. Then you can change this symbol into rupees. So use this drop down list, go to down. So you can see rupees, Tamil Sri Lanka. Then click OK. So you can see my currency format has been changed. Now I am going to use the line chart to identify the different depreciation methods and their patterns. So first I'm going to highlight this one, the depreciation types. Then I'm going for the insert. In the insert tab, you can see charts. In the charts, I'm going to click on line charts. So I'm going to increase the size so you can see it clearly. So you can increase the font size by clicking on these values of the vertical axis. Then go to your font size. Then increase the size. I'm going to increase up to 28 so you can see it clearly. At the same time, you can go to the horizontal axis and you can click on the values and you can increase the size up to 28. So the users can see it clearly. Then I'm going to change my chart title. Depreciation. Now my chart is about the depreciation methods. So here, you can use the quick layouts. So here in the design tab, when you go to the quick layout, you can see there are several ways, several patterns of reflecting the charts. So you can use different methods, depend on your requirement. It's up to your wish, right? In the exam, it doesn't matter whatever the method you are going to use. Then at the same time, you can change the background as well. So highlight the background, go to design, then you can change the background. At the same time, you can change the colors as well. So I'm going to change the font size again. I'm going to change the layout and the font size. Since I have applied a different layout, the font size has been amended. So in this one, you can see the values as well in the latter part. So when you go through this chart, you can see so when you go through this chart, you can see the different things. First, you can see the sum of years digit. I'm going to change the background so into black color so you can identify it clearly. So you can see, first we are going to take the SLN, which is reflected in blue color. So in blue color one, you can see it is parallel to the horizontal line. Why? According to the straight line method, it is constant over the period of time. When you go to the declining balance, it reflected in orange color. So you can see it is depreciated over the period of time, but gradually. When you go for the double declining balance, you can see there is a drastic drop in the depreciation, which means we are going to charge higher amount of depreciation in the earlier stages, and we are going to charge a lesser amount of depreciation in the later stages or the current stages. So this is known as an accelerated depreciation method. Why? We are going to charge more depreciation in the previous periods. Then we are moving to the sum of years digit method, which is in yellow color. So you can see there is an increase in depreciation in the previous years, and it is gradually based on a similar slope going down to the end period or the last period. So this is how depreciation methods works in asset, and it is different, and it's upon the discretion of the management to use which depreciation method according to the asset type or its obsolete pattern. So now I move into the next one. In sheet number 3, you can see a different question. A machine that costs 650,000 for 5 years, and salvage value in this one is 50,000. First, we have to fill the data sheet. Then, I'm going to prepare the first table. So, which is the cost. So, you know this cost is fixed for the period. Then we can drag it down up to the 5th period. Then depreciation. In this one, we have to use SLN depreciation. So accumulated depreciation of the first year is same. In the second year, it should be previous year's one plus the current year. Then we have to drag it down. Then we have to use the net book value. Net book value is the cost minus accumulated depreciation. You know this pattern is same for all the tables, all the depreciation method. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this set of this table and I'm going to paste it in all the 4 tables at once. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the depreciation method only. In the first one, we have to use the SLN method to calculate the depreciation based on the straight line method. So here we have to select the cost. Since this is fixed, we are going to absolute it. Salvage value, we have to absolute it as well. And finally, the life. After you fix in the life, you can close the bracket and you can press enter. Then what you can do, you can use the auto-filling option and you can drag it down. So you can see the depreciation of all the 5 years add up to 6 lakhs. So our accumulated depreciation is correct by using the formula. Then we can see the net value. So the net value reflect the salvage value. So according to this straight line method, our depreciation table is correct. Now let's move on to the sum of years digit method. In the sum of years digit method, we have to use SYD formula. First, we have to select the cost. We have to absolute it because it's constant, as same as the salvage value, as well as the life. We have to constant, or we have to give the absolute cell reference for them. Then we have to select the current period. So here, since we are in the period 1, we have to give the cell reference of that one. Then we have to close the bracket. So we have to give the life. Then the period. Then we have to give the auto-filling option to fill it up to the 5th year. So you can see the same salvage value appearing in the 5th period. And depreciation value of each year's adding to the previous year. And finally, we are getting 6 lakhs as the accumulated depreciation. Now, in the next one, we have this double declining balance. So we have to use DDB formula. Here also, we have to use cost, salvage value, life. Since this is constant for the periods, we are going to use F4 key to absolute them. Then we have to select the current period. Since we are going to decline it twicely, we have to put 2 as the factor. Then we have to close it. So you can see, according to double declining balance, there's a small weight between the final value. Then we have to use the declining balance. So here we are going to change only the formula of the depreciation, that is DB, declining balance. First we have to select cost, salvage value, life. These 3 are constant. So we are going to put the absolute cell reference of cost, salvage, and life. Then we have to select the period, which is the current period. Since we are going to calculate the annual depreciation, we have to put 12. So then by using the auto-filling option, we can drag it down. So here also there is a small change in the final depreciation amount. Now next one, in this one, they are asking to draw a pie chart showing the depreciation of the declining balance method. Right? So here we are going to select the declining balance method. We are going to highlight the depreciation. Then we are going to insert. In the insert, we are going to use the charts. In the charts, we are going to use the pie charts. So in this pie chart, you can see we can change the layout. So we can change based on the period, or we can reflect the values as well. So here I'm going to put depreciation using declining balance. So you can see for each year, How we have calculated the depreciation? By using a pie chart. You can use pie charts, you can use line charts, you can use column or bar charts to reflect the depreciation. So practice how to use graphs for depreciation and how to create the tables easily. So my opinion for you is to just put the first table correctly, then copy paste it for the rest of the periods or rest of the methods what they have asked in the question. Then finally just change the depreciation method, so it will take just 5 minutes of your question paper time to amend all the changes. And finally, you can go to the charts and you can draw the charts by taking 2 minutes. Take care, everyone. If you have any doubt with regard to this depreciation methods, how to draw draft, please put comment. So I will attend that matter and I sorted out it before the mid test. Thank you.